Hi everyone, I'm Michael. This is a 5-minute review of Nancy Drew number 28, The Ghost of Thornton Hall. And I know this is a fan favorite game because it's a scary game. It's probably the scariest game in the series. Either this or Shadow at the Water's Edge. It depends on which one you think is scarier. But those are the two scariest games in the series by far. It has a dark atmosphere. Really creepy stuff going on. Lots of scary scenes with the ghost, and definitely the dark atmosphere where the characters are talking in riddles and just being dark and mysterious, which really fits well. It's just scary, man. So if you like scary games, this is definitely one for you. I'm not a big fan of scary stuff, to be honest. I feel like Shadow at the Water's Edge relied more on jump scares, whereas this one does have a lot of jump scares too, but they're mostly with the ghost. Charlotte, fire so red, night so black. Dear sweet Charlotte, please come back. Charlotte died in a fire a long time ago here on the island. And Jessalyn Thornton, who's a nice person that everybody likes, she disappeared here, and we're trying to figure out what happened to her. Nancy basically goes throughout the entire Thornton Hall, which is just decrepit, wrecked, terrible, and they're all still haunted by the ghosts of another fire like 100 years ago when a bunch of factory workers were basically, they died here on a fire. And yeah, the family interplay, like all these family members kind of hate each other. Harper is she has mental stability issues. She has been in a mental institution, and she's really playing that up. And she's trying to torment her cousin Clara, who she hates. I don't think Wade has particularly strong feelings about Harper. Wade feels like the most normal character, like the one you'd most likely be friends with in real life. And I do like how he has a romantic subplot with Savannah Woodham. That's good. Clara is just sort of mean and supercilious the whole time. I don't like her. Addie, who you call, she's just kind of, I don't like Addie very much. She definitely adds. I mean, she's constantly scared and worried, and that fits it well. Same with Savannah, she's constantly scared and worried, and that fits it well. And even when you call Nancy's friends, Bess and George, not Bess and George, Bess and Ned, they tend to be kind of scared and worried the whole time. And I feel like just too much of that same basic vibe from the characters of, we're scared and worried. This is a very scary case. So yeah, I got that. The setup of the game is fine. Like, Harper leaves a bunch of puzzles for Nancy to solve. And you just go up to her sleeping area and solve these puzzles. You find a note which has the puzzle, and you solve it. And yeah, you go into Charlotte's room, which is the room where Charlotte died. These puzzles are not too tough. I feel like the puzzles in the cemetery are a little on the tough side to know which places you use the plates and everything. That feels tough. Last time I played through the game, the to-do list was useless. Oh, man, that really could have needed an upgrade. This is the game that introduces the fast combo feature, right? So fantastic. I really love that feature. I wish it was in all of the Nancy Drew games that just allowed you to skip through the dialogue that you don't want to hear. Really spooky atmosphere, pretty solid puzzles. Yeah, definitely a good game, just super dark. Colton is the fiance. I do not like him at all. I do not like him. I do not like his storyline. His storyline is that he had a fiance. He was going to marry her. Were they fiance or were they just dating? Anyway, but he gets a phone call from her. It turns out she was basically bribed to run away from his life forever. He was basically tricked into dating Jessalyn. And now he just wants to abandon Jessalyn and go back to his old girlfriend. And like, wow, that's a terrible thing to do when your fiance is missing. We find Jessalyn sort of towards the end of the game. And Jessalyn, I feel like her motivation doesn't quite make sense. It makes sense that she's trying to find out the truth about her family, but I don't know why she needed to pretend to be kidnapped in order to do that. Yeah, so she's trying to get this one piece of evidence from her mother. Her mother's got something from the night that... Actually, pretty much everybody's got something from the night that Charlotte died. Pretty much everything. Wade's got a paper, so does the mom, so does Colton, he has another paper as well. Running on the 5-minute thing. But yeah. Anyway, it's an okay game, really just gothic, scary game, and that's really not my thing. I do like how the game has 3 different endings, and some of them are really dark. And in all 3 endings, we're told the ghost was just a carbon monoxide hallucination, and that feels like a bit of a cop-out. I did not like that explanation at all. Other than that, really solid game. I can see why people like it. I'd probably give it an 8 out of 10. 8 or a 9 out of 10. Scary games aren't my thing. And last time I played the game, I got really stuck, so it's not high on my list of favorites right now.